Okay, let me see if I can get this going. Try it about 4 times. Whenever you want something to break a line, it don't break it. What you're looking at here is the Euro JPY 2-minute charts. What you were looking at. There we go. This is the BB band stop. Now look close right here. See how that's moving? The last bar, the, wherever it's at, will change during the course of the bar. Now we're on 1 minute, so it's going to change fast, and it's going to move a lot fast. If you're on a daily chart, you wouldn't notice the move. It really doesn't move that much because it's a percentage thing. When I believe it's the ask line, when the ask line falls below that BB band stop, it alerts. I thought we was going to be able to do it there. Wow, this is, well, we're waiting. I lost my other chart. So you see now how it's kind of bowing up, and as that, you could see it come down. Now it's easier to see it when the ask line is closer to the BB band stop. When it gets a long ways from it, like if it was way above it, 10, 15 pips, maybe something like that, the angle makes it almost impossible for it to see. But let me, while we're waiting on this, where's that thing going down? Get off this subject. The diamonds over here on the left, I'm almost scared to move the mouse again. The diamonds, the theory here is there's a support to this chart that you can't see right now. I took it off so less clutter. And usually you won't see this on there, the BB band stop. There's no point in having it. The other indicators are watching a lot of stuff, so there's no point in having it on the chart. The theory here is, okay, it must have dropped below it for a second. BB band's going down. Let me move this up. I was jabbering and wasn't paying attention. There you go. Okay, see how it dropped below it? Okay, and see how the red dot, now that red dot may come and go because this is today's bar, so to speak. But when it drops down below that, it will alert. And it'll say, it says that, whatever that is. And, but if it shot back up right now, within the minute, that red dot will evaporate, and it'll go back to being green. So now it's a done deal. It fell below, and that's why I like having the BB bands on there. Okay, the other thing that you just that's hard on my ears. The other thing you see, it says Euro JPY sell. That's another ALMA. It says ALMA sell. This thing is also watching the ALMA, and ALMA is very important. I'll have to talk about that at another time. But you see how it was blue, and then all of a sudden it turned red? Okay, that's an ALMA sell. And that doesn't mean you rush out and borrow all the money you can and sell. That just what's indicators saying, hey, it might be time to sell. It's just giving you kind of a heads up. Let's see, did something else? No, that was it. 1 minute bearish change. Okay, this is a different phrase than that. See, that's a different phrase. And what that means is, on that one right there, that it actually fulfilled the original right here. So when it posted this one right there, then it fulfilled the second thing. So now it's kind of like, it should say continuation, but it says change for some reason. I don't know why. And if you look, this is no fail safe. Most of the time when it goes green and then another dot, it will kind of continue green for a ways. Not always. And most of the time when it turns red, it will continue red for a ways, not always. Now, right here, it's working. If we did 5 more times in a row, it probably wouldn't work. But that's the way things work. Let me get rid of this. I don't remember if I said something about the diamonds. The diamonds, I'm going to go ahead and say something like that about that right quick. And then I'm done here. See how it's magenta, green, magenta, or lime. On the diamonds, this is just something for the girls. They only buy with some other conditions. But right here, what you're looking at, they only buy when it goes from magenta to lime and only on the first line. So they would only buy here. They wouldn't buy here, wouldn't buy here, they wouldn't buy here. So if they bought here and they had, let's just say, a 1 pip target, which is foolish, but just say, so in other words, poof, they hit their target and they're out. They don't come back in and re-enter here. That's just tough luck. That's what they get for being silly and having such a small target. They do not come back. They cannot come back in until another magenta, and another magenta, and then if it turns back lime, then they can buy again. And that's to teach them to stick with the trend. Let's just say, for instance, the other indicators that you can't see right now were red. They would only be selling. They would not care about that lime. They wouldn't care. If the other indicators, that I'll talk about later, if they show sell only, this right here, they're happy to see that. They're not buying, but they're happy to see it. And the reason is because it gets it up higher for them to sell, because they're only interested in sales. And they can only sell the first magenta after a line. Same principle. So if they sold right here, and just say, for instance, price dropped down here 5 pips, and that's what was their target, and then and it took it out, which they don't have 5 pip targets. I'm just using an example. Their targets are like 50 pips or 200 pips. They don't go back in, so they wouldn't re-enter here and here and here. They wouldn't re-enter. It's tough. It's to teach them to stick it out. Put your trade in, put your stop, put your profit target, and go swim in the pool. Ride your bikes, do something. Onanda and the markets will take care of the trade. Don't sit there and jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out. And that's just them. Everybody has their own ways, but that's the best way for little girls. And you can see how this is continuing on down now. Like I said, if we did this 5 more times, it wouldn't work. 4 of them probably. And I'll explain all this other stuff. All this here is important to us also. But that's enough for right now. All right, lower my